Hello and welcome to this short tutorial on how to create a plugin for our Paella Player. We're here now on the website where you can find and download the software development kit for the Paella Player, and we will assume for this tutorial that you have already downloaded it and installed it following the appropriate indications. So after installing it, you will be able to execute it like this. You will need to use to enter the player using a fake ID. So we can try it now, and we can try to play a video to see if it's working as intended. So you can see here that everything's working fine. And so we can see here that we have in our default player, we can find a repeat button that goes 30 seconds into the past from the moment we are now. So the plugin we are going to implement now is just an easy modification of this. We will add a forward button that will go 30 seconds into the future. So to do this, we recommend that you go first into the documentation that comes with the software development kit. So we can go into the documentation in English, and you can find here 3 short and simple documents where you will find all the information you need on how to use and modify the Paella Player. And right now we are interested in the plugins documentation. So here you will find a description on everything you need to know, and a description also of the 5 different plugin types there are. And in this case, we're going to create a new play control plugin. So to do this, we need to go into the directory where we downloaded our software development kit. So inside there we will find a plugins directory, and in there is already a repeat button. So there are two files for each plugin. One of them is a JavaScript file describing the functionality of the plugin, and then a CSS file describing the graphical interface. So how does that that plugin look in the player? So right now we are interested in copying and modifying the repeat button code. So we can go in there. This is how it looks like. In the documentation you will find a detailed explanation of how every kind of plugin works. In this case now we're interested in copying this plugin and just changing the name. So instead of having a repeat button that we will leave there, we will have a new forward button. So we will introduce this change in every necessary place. So here we have a forward button, so here we will need to change it also. Forward button, always being careful with the caps. So if it's in small caps, we'll keep it in small caps. And so there's several places where we need to change it. Here also. So we have already prepared a file where we have introduced the new name everywhere that's needed. Forward button, everywhere that's needed. So apart from changing the name, we want to change the functionality. So this is the main function, the main part of the functionality is described. And here we're going to change, and instead of going 30 seconds into the past, as the repeat button did, now we're going to go 30 seconds into the future from the current time the player is in. So we introduce this change, we save the file, and we need to modify also the CSS file. So we will copy it and we will change repeat button for forward button. We'll change it everywhere that's needed. And we can see also here that this is where the icon for this plugin can be found. In our case, we will use the same icon for our forward button because we haven't created a new one. And so you can see that we have already created a new file. Here, we've got the forward button, everything changed, but keeping the same icon to keep it simple and clear. Okay, so after implementing our new plugin, we just go into the main Paella Player JavaScript file. You can find this here in the JavaScript folder, paellaplayer.javascript. So in here, you will find a plugin list, and we will add here the plugin we just created. And it's called forward button.js. So we introduce this change, we save our new changes, and we can go and try to see if it's working. Now, we're using again a fake ID as we did before, and we need to make sure that we have introduced this flag, debug. The debug mode is active now when we add this into the address. So we're going to try our new plugin, and as you can see, there are two buttons now. One of them is the repeat button, the other one is our new forward button. And if we play our video, we will see that one of them goes forward. This is the new one we have just created, as you can see, and the old one is still there. It repeats and goes back 30 seconds. So you can see it's simple and easy. And we are trying this in debug mode, but in the documentation you will find how to deploy your plugins into production mode also. So this was just a short tutorial. We kept it simple, but in the documentation you will see how to implement more complicated plugins. So thank you very much.